Today, we're talking about the battle of the big cats. Roll the intro.
Hi, Luke.
What up, Andrew?
Okay, yeah. Let me tell them. Downtime, it's about time. Big bad problem, trying to stream it down line. Downtime, turning all the cash to dirt. Downtime, getting us back to work.
Welcome back to Downtime, presented by Conequip Parts, where if you have downtime, you might as well spend it with us. And if you have heavy equipment and need heavy equipment parts, you might as well get it from Conequip Parts. 716-836-5069, or go to conequip.com/shop to do some online shopping 24/7, whenever you want, whatever your little heart desires. But anyways, let's get to the episode.
The Battle of the Big Cats.
Something big is happening in the heavy equipment world, and it's not just the release of a new excavator. In December of 2025, Doosan Bobcat actually filed a major patent infringement lawsuit on Caterpillar. And yeah, we're talking about the Caterpillar. So basically, this is like the heavy equipment world's version of King Kong versus Godzilla. Bobcat claims that Caterpillar copied patented technologies, basically, that were used in machines like skid steers, CTLs, excavators, wheel loaders, and even dozers. According to Bobcat, the dispute involves technology related to hydraulic drive automation, engine power prioritization, machine control systems. So basically, the brains behind how these machines move and operate. So we're not just talking about cup holders and different colored joysticks. This is much more in depth than that. But that wasn't all. It didn't stop at a lawsuit. Bobcat also filed a complaint with the U.S. International Trade Commission. And that's where things get a little serious. If the ITC rules in Bobcat's favor, it could lead to import bans on certain Caterpillar equipment, cease and desist orders, and restrictions on certain equipment actually entering the United States, which would make some of those big suit dealer meetings very, very uncomfortable. So Bobcat claims that Caterpillar reverse engineered their machines, used patented features without permission, and they also allege that some components are built overseas and then imported into the US. So basically, Bobcat says that Caterpillar borrowed their playbook without asking first. So the lawsuit is filed and the ITC complaint is submitted. That all happened back in December. But right now, the ITC is actually still reviewing the complaint to determine whether or not a formal investigation will ensue. Right now, the case is still in very early litigation, meaning that this fight is literally just getting started. Get your popcorn ready, folks. So in Caterpillar's initial response, they basically said that this case is an overreach and it actually affects U.S. infrastructure and the public interest as a whole. They argue that the requested relief, which could block imports, would cause supply gaps. This would also increase construction costs and severely hinder U.S. manufacturing. So in short, Caterpillar is saying that restricting their products would hurt the U.S. economy, jeopardize infrastructure projects, and ultimately harm consumers. So why does this all matter? Because the lawsuit targets compact equipment technology, one of the largest and fastest growing equipment markets. Depending on the outcome, it could lead to licensing deals, machine redesigns, and even import bans. So the next time somebody says that heavy equipment drama doesn't exist, just remember that even skid steers have beef. And whoever says that there's no drama in construction is definitely missing the mark a little bit. A construction site is basically the movie Mean Girls, but it's just a ton of dudes saying completely irredeemable things to each other and really hurting each other's feelings. So that's going to do it for today's video. If you want to get a hold of us, 716-929-5066. You can be featured on the next episode of Downtime. And also, if you like this type of content, a little more educational, informational, I know it's very different than what we usually do, and it's more lighthearted, funny, entertaining, and all that stuff. But if you want to hear more about this, then just let us know in the comments or get a hold of us at the phone number that I just mentioned. But be sure to tune in next week to enjoy your downtime with Downtime.